child in here that we heard crying before?
Do you know that was like a whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost dimension.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday again and time for some reads. The toddler's kind of parked in his cage because Mango's out right now and he's playing on his playground. I was going to show you guys because he was right here, but as soon as I moved the camera, he got up higher. So yeah, you'll see him. He's flying around trying to get with the Keats and say hi. So hi, Margaret. I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody got to at least see, even if it was on the news, the eclipse yesterday. I know here it was funny. I had actually forgotten about it a little bit, and I was sitting in the front room working on something, and all of a sudden it got really dark out. And I was like, what the heck? What time is it? Then I realized it was the eclipse. But I went outside, and I hear where I'm at, we only could see the sun itself. I did not see the dark go over it. But I'll tell you, the sky was dark, and all the creatures, all of nature was completely still. No birds, no bugs, no squirrels, none of that. It was just completely quiet. You could literally probably hear a pin drop out on some cement. It was interesting to watch, and I always trust nature 100% of the time, so it was interesting to watch. And today everything's back to normal. All right, so hi, Cindy Pinkham. How are you? I hope you are well. Let's see, we're going to go down now. Down. Hi, Joyce. How are you? Yeah, I'm having yeah, it's a good day today. The sun's out, and it's actually, what is it today? It's 60 degrees out right now. So, or 65 degrees out right now. So we were at 36 yesterday. So the weather is just still crazy, crazy. Hi, Kay. How are you? I hope you're well. Yeah, Cheryl, I'll give you a card. Oh, remind me, I have to send something over to you after this. Just remind me again, okay? Okay, I'm going to use the new deck, which I put up too on my pages. If anybody wishes to purchase the deck, I'm taking pre-orders right now, and it'll be probably another week. And then I'll order all of them. I've got quite a few ready to go that have been ordered, but I want to make sure I have a good order when I put them in. So you can just find me on my website and or on Facebook, and the link is right there to my website. All right, so let me try to do this. Oh, that's cool, Joyce. Yeah, I saw the last one. It was like in 1990, I think, or 1999, something like that. The 90s, anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And it was amazing then. Again, I think I was more interested in the effect it had on the planet as far as the nature went. There was no even breeze out yesterday. All right, Cheryl. So for today, I've got Archangel Michael, the promise. Okay, so, all right. At this time, you kind of need that extra strength that We all have. He's Archangel Michael and Creator God, whatever. We have the ability to tap into that energy and the promises that will always be heard. Michael is noted by human standards as a guardian of strength. He's a protector. And these are the things that are coming through right now for you. You need to be sort of watching out for yourself and but calling in these other energies in the universe, which I call the divine energies, the humans call angels or masters or whatever you want to call them, whatever word humans put to them. You need to be able to call that energy into yourself and shore your foundation up. It's almost like you're putting the building blocks back, like, and they're showing me actually Legos like clicking together. And when I was a kid, we had Lincoln Logs. We didn't have Legos, but this is what they're showing me, and they're stacking them up and building around you. So this is the process you're going through right now, and you just need to know that you're being heard. And it's also kind of like they put like I want to say like a dome over you, like a big bubble dome. I keep teasing a good friend of mine because we have some of the same health issues, and I always say, cripe, I wonder if we could get a 2-for-1 bubble and put it, around us to protect us from the outside world. And right now, it's okay for you to be in your own little bubble. You create that and you nurture yourself. This is not about others. It's not about the outside world. It's nothing but they want you to concentrate just on yourself and know that they are there to help and assist. You just simply have to ask. The divine energies that come through are very, very different than like people that we've known that have passed over, or even creatures that have passed over, including like pets and things like that. They have a different vibration, and Michael's very strong, but he's the one that with what I'm showing, I feel is around you at this time, and it's as a guardian. So make sure to take care of yourself during this time and kind of just place yourself, and it's okay to be in this bubble, and know it's okay to be in this bubble and heal and rebuild. And that's what they've got to say for you today, Miss Cheryl. And it is Archangel Michael, the promise. I hope it resonates for you. Michael's like such a force. I can't even begin. When I painted that painting and channeled that energy, I was doing this for a few months, and the energy comes in. It's very, very strong. Each painting was different, and they used me basically to channel what they wanted to be on the board. I don't typically paint like that, but Michael is. Okay, so there's another thing that y'all need to know, at least with my truth, is they have no emotion. They're just matter of fact. Words are just words. They don't put emphasis on words. They don't have emotion when they talk. They're just there, and it's very flat. They're there to do a job. They're there to assist us, and we need to be able to allow ourselves to tap into that energy. And when we do, it can really help us. So there you go. That's your card today, ma'am. And I hope it resonates for you, and I hope you're well. All right, gonna go down a little bit. Yeah, it was like quiet. I walked. There was no ducks, everybody was just gone, and it was kind of like just before the darkest it got here at the cave is probably about just before sun goes down. You know how it's kind of dark, but not really dark. That's kind of how it was. So cool. Sure. Yeah. Don't let me forget you. Oh yeah, I had actually Cindy, and yeah, Kay, I'll get you a card. I had woke up to this morning, and I was really slow to wake up. Of course, Phoenix wasn't, and Mango wasn't, and Mulan weren't. They all wanted to be fed. So I started to kind of move around just to do that. And I try not to think while I'm doing it because I want to come out of, if I've had a decent sleep, I like to come out of it really slow and kind of just enjoy that. And yeah, so it's been a lot today. Just kind of, but it's good energy. But it poured, and when I got out of bed, I was like, was that thunder? And we had it like a storm, and it rained like crazy, and everything got wet, and the wind was there, and now it's 68 degrees and beautiful sun outside. So, you know, hey, is what it is, right? Nature gets to play with us. Yeah, windswept and tired. Yeah, I get that. Well, you know, we are in retrograde, everybody, and it's a Mercury retrograde. So coming off of the eclipse yesterday, and they fired up CERN again, and then just Mother Nature doing its thing. I can't imagine anybody that isn't tired. I think a lot of us are kind of stuck in that mode right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My hands are slow today. All right, so your card today this is a fish that I absolutely adore. It's saltwater, but it's a clownfish, okay? And they're brightly orange and they're just white. It's like such a contrast. They got a little bit of black on them that kind of goes between the white and the orange, right? And the clownfish goes in with the anemone, and the anemone is actually alive, and you can see it in behind it, right there. See? Yep. And they're like little tentacles. They look like coral, but they're not. They're alive, and they're kind of like, the best way to describe it, I guess, would be like spaghetti strings. And they let their little fingers or arms or whatever you want to call them, their extensions, they attract microbial food, right? And they have poison in them. So they can get tiny fish or just things that are coming by that want to look at them. They get poisoned, and then they get kind of like a Venus flytrap. That's how they get eaten. But the clownfish does not. The clownfish and the anemone are actually able to coexist. And I don't know exactly why, but this is a real good relationship with each other, and this is what's being brought through for you. It's about the relationships, but this one is the relationship with self, and this is showing me the clownfish going in. So this is kind of a time for you right now to just take it easy, kind of rest, kind of hold back, and don't start anything new. They want you just to stand apart and stand in your own energy and kind of take the next couple weeks kind of to just kind of build your energy back up and rest. And yeah, the clownfish, see, they can come and go as they need to, but a lot of times they'll go into that little anemone for protection from other fish or other things that are trying to find food. And this is what they want you to do. It's almost like they want you in a bubble as well. And just be able to know, don't start new things. Just work on what you've already had started before we went into retrograde the other day. And be strong in yourself that you can heal the tiredness. And I want to say like exhausted, because I'm so tired of being tired. And it is. It's like, I need the sun today. So the sun came in and it's beautiful today. That's kind of what they want you to do, is just kind of live and breathe in that moment and take care of self. So that's what's going on for you today, Miss Kay. And I hope that resonates for you. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so awesome. Harper, I've got so many friends that have babies and grandbabies right now. I am just over the moon about that. Okay, here you go. Sure, you can, Chloe. I can give you a read. Hi, Robert. Yeah, Lincoln logs. I love them. And yeah, the green, yeah, for the roofing. Yeah, it was cool. I love building. I had actually a set of blocks that were wooden, that were all different colors and shapes, and they came in a big bag. Now, I'm a child of the 60s and the 70s, so we had some really primitive compared to what toys are now. I kind of laugh. And I'll tell you a story about that, Robert, in a minute. I saw something the other day and I was just roaring. All right, so Chloe, let's see what I got for you today. One, give the dogs a hug for me too. I miss my pups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I wish I could have my pups, but just a little too much for me anymore. All right, so your card today, Chloe, is the deer. Okay, well, the deer is coming in, and it's actually into spring if we ever stay warm like it is today. And what happens with all the deer right now is they start shedding their winter coats, right? They've already shed their antlers. They shed their antlers usually in December and January. And now it's time to start getting rid of that old fur and allowing that new, actually it's a beautiful golden brown, really light. It's a beautiful color compared to their fur, winter fur looks kind of like dirty, like a dog that would go out and roll around in the mud, right? But what they're saying is this is time for you to kind of go introspectively and start shedding stuff that you don't need to bring forward into this new season. And you'll know, it's kind of like you'll instinctively know what needs to be removed. And by that, I mean things that are in your sacred circle, or maybe you need to change your ritual of your day up a little bit, like do something different, not the norm. And you need to just keep getting rid of the things that don't serve you anymore. And if people are in there and they've been around you for a long time, but you're really not interacting with them, that's also a thing. Don't hold the guilt and just put them on the outside of that circle. And then again, take care of you, but you need to go in and kind of clean out that proverbial closet, finish things that you started that you never finished, take care of self and allow that new energy to be able to come in and bring you new things and new opportunities. But by you making space to do so, they'll come in. Okay, so that is your card today, Miss Chloe, and I hope that resonates for you. Okay, Robert, I'm going to tell y'all something in this. You're welcome, Cheryl. You're very welcome. Hi, Carrie Greenaway. Wow. Hey, I love you. I haven't talked to you in a while. We need to catch up for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this. And, Robert, I'm sure you'll appreciate this. Somebody sent me over the weekend an email, and it was about certain food products, how we shouldn't, for health reasons, we shouldn't eat it. And and it was like something really basic. And I don't even remember what it was, but I read it and I looked at it and, this is poisoning, food lines and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there laughing. And Robert, tell me if you're not laughing. When I was a kid, and as I said, I was a child of the 60s and 70s, we were outside. We couldn't go back inside the house unless we planned on staying in the house, because our parents were like, out the door, in the door you stay, outside you stay, no back inside unless you have to go to the bathroom. Otherwise, you're outside. Bye. So we would get thirsty and we would get the garden hose and turn it on. We were drinking out of the hose, right? So all you people that are walking around with your water bottles just cracks me up, right? Then to top that off, we used to wait, oh man, it was so cool. Every Friday on the dot, we'd have the Ori's bakery truck came by. And we all the parents in the neighborhood knew this guy. He had a big truck with a sliding door. And up on the top, when you go in, like he slides it open, he'd be on one side with the steering wheel, and then he'd have all this candy set up that we could buy, right? And some of the things we bought were like pixie sticks, right? And I don't even know if they still have them, but all it was colored sugar, okay? And they were in a stick, and the stick was paper. And we could get 5 for a penny, right? A penny. Can you imagine that? And they'd be gone before we even went back in the house, but you clip it and it's paper and you tap them and it's like pure sugar. Okay. So we made it through that. Then we had something called atomic fireballs. Now, I am a jawbreaker queen. I love jawbreakers, right? Just grape ones, especially. I love jawbreakers. But we used to go, and he didn't have the regular jawbreakers. He had the atomic fireballs. Well, if y'all have ever had cinnamon schnapps, that's kind of hot. These were 10 times hotter. So we get them, and we get like 5 of them for like a dime, right? So we get 5, and we all pass them out, and we'd all break that little piece of cellophane and pop it in our mouth. And then whoever could keep it in their mouth longer won. Okay. Like, if you've ever put one of these, I don't know if they still make these. If you ever put one of these in your mouth, let me tell you, it was like burning the inside of your mouth. We survived that. Then we used to take a walk down 2 city blocks to the party store across the big road, right? And this was when I was like 5, 7, no, I'd say 7 maybe to 11. And all of us, we'd all go down, walk into the store. We go to a party store. We go inside the party store, and the owner's in there, and he's smoking cigarettes, because it was the 60s and 70s, and there was ash all over. And we go in, and for 1 penny, we could get 10 Swedish fish, right? Those little jellied fish. And he'd reach back, and he's, okay, who wants what? And he'd set the box on the counter. The counter was not wiped out. He was smoking cigarettes. And he'd count out onto the counter 10 Swedish fish. And we were all excited, and we're already scooping them up. He goes, well, you guys want a bag? And it's like, no, we just scoop them up, right? With all that crap that was on it. So I look at that email somebody sent me, and I kind of laugh. I said, well, I lived through all that in the 60s and 70s, and I'm still alive. So I don't know how much bad that was, but man, let me tell you, when I think back to the stuff we ate and put in our mouths as kids, yeah, not worried about stuff today. Oh, so fun. Just so fun. Sure, Cook. I'm sorry. I just had to share that because I was like, I don't know why. And then we had what the other thing was the 5 size Sarah. I had one. Another thing was what the 5-second rule or the 3-second rule. If you went to put something in your mouth and you dropped it on the ground, you just pick it up in 5-second rule and dust it off and pop it back in your mouth. We did that all the time. Oh my gosh, we just did that all the time. I just laugh. That's why I'm like, when I'm around the kids, if they're down in the sandbox or they're sitting on the ground and, putting stuff, it's like, it's not going to kill them. We're too antiseptic anymore. We need that harsh reality of life around us to build up our immune system. Okay, Cook, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, you got the winged ones today. These guys were out last night. The winged ones. The winged ones refer to the spirit lands and the divine energies that are the closest to the universal energy and creator God. And the winged ones hear your thoughts, they hear your wants and needs, and they are working on things. I'm also told right now, though, that you need a little more patience with some things, but what you want and desire as far as like a balance for you, it's coming or it's there, and they are watching over you, and they're hearing what you're asking for, I guess would be what they're saying. And they're kind of like, we've got this, you've got this. Just make sure it is exactly how you want it or what you want, because it's like there. And as soon as you make up your mind, and they keep saying waffle, like a wiffle ball, right? They show me a ball with holes in it. It's like tossing it to one hand, the other. And it's like something you're still debating about. Just know that they're ready to move forward with whichever direction you want to go. And also that, remember, all your family and loved ones in the spirit lands are watching over you. And it's like they're really kind of guarding you right now. And I don't know why. but it's like you've got all this protective energy around you. So whichever thing that you decide to go through with or move forward with, it'll be fine, because they've been listening to what you want and how you want it. Woo, my hands look bad. All right, so I hope that resonates for you, and thanks for popping on. Hi, Lido. How are you? Oh, yeah, Mango's here. I will say Mango is, he's a lot right now. He continually wants to play, which is fine. I let him out. I don't care. And as of right now, too, oh, you can't see it because it's behind the TV screen. He's over on the Keats cage, the parakeets cages, because he's lonely. And I can't let him in there, and I can't open the door because they won't come out, because they were a rescue probably about 5 years ago now. But they won't come out of their cage. I can leave the door open all day, and they just won't. And the fact that he's as big as he is and bossy as he is, he's a little bigger than they are. So in a couple months, I'm going to have to look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to have to take a look and see if I can't adopt a couple lovebirds to use in Pip's cage. Okay, so your card, grandfather's son. A lot of influence from the sun this week on everybody, and they're just telling me you need to tap into that energy. Oh, that's interesting. What the heck just happened there? All right. That you have to kind of use that energy that's out there to tap into, kind of to push you they're like, okay, they're like opening a closet door, like you've been almost like you've been keeping some things from others, like you're not, like they don't know about you or how you work or how you are or your total personality. It's almost like you've taken a step back, and they're actually showing me, like, tell her to open this door, because there's so much energy out right now because of the kind of day we had yesterday, and it does bleed over to the week. And I'm not even sure, I don't know what phase the moon's in. I just know when she's sticking her nose out and she's going to be full, because I can feel it. But this is about you kind of letting your guard down in order to obtain the energy and the positive healing that's coming into your life. But it's like you've lacked all this stuff, and you're like in a proverbial closet, and it's like you're not letting it out, and you're not really dealing with it. So utilize the energy that's out there right now to kind of be in that moment, and don't look at yourself and feel bad, or don't like feel guilty because you're taking time to do something for yourself, or don't be so hard on yourself. It's like everything you do, it's like, oh, I should have done this, or I should have done that, or I could have done that better. And this is saying, no, you have to let go of that. And it's like you keep pushing these things, these emotions and stuff in the closet, and you're not dealing with it. So you need to let that energy in, especially now, because it is very positive energy coming in right now. And just cope with it, deal with it, and you'll be fine. And it's like, why is she? And that's what they keep asking me to ask you. Why are you locking this stuff away? And I don't. It's emotions. It's the past. It's things that happen. It's like you just don't want to think about it. So not thinking about it doesn't resolve it. And that's what they're saying. Use the sun's energy to bolster you. And that's your card for today, Lido. And thanks for popping on always. Woo! Yeah, it's the real bear. I will tell you this, okay? It's the real bear. Okay, we had last couple times that I've been on, there has been a spammer jumping in saying, hey, would you like a reading to me? Inbox me. And they spell bear right. And they put medicine, walk, and then the last was different. I think it was ERT, but they took my pictures and all that stuff. And people thought I was sending a message to privately read for them and asking them for money That's not how I do it. I don't ask money on social media. I will direct you to my website where you can purchase a reading or whatever, but I will never on any live, other than giving you the actual website, which is bearmedicinewalker.com, I will never ask you or tell you, hey, can you have a reading? I don't work that way. And if you ever have a question, inbox me or go to my website and leave a comment for me, and I will immediately take care of it. Now, it's been turned over to Facebook. I reported it. Some other people reported it. But yeah, you guys gotta kind of look at that. Okay. Sure, you can. I am okay today. I actually feel pretty good. I got done one of my projects the other day, and it was a surprise for a daughter from another mother the other day, and they came and picked that up. She was surprised, and I did an old piano bench from 1923, and I did the lid. I sanded it all down, and I painted the lid with ravens and tarot cards because she's really into tarot cards. So that's kind of what I've been doing. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, it's time for you to come out of your bubble. Your card today is the butterfly. Okay, so butterflies represent a few different things. They represent creativity. They represent feeling free. And this is time for what I'm being shown for you. It's time for you to embrace the freedom, because it's almost like what you've done with yourself is kind of hidden away. And they don't want you to stay in that place you've kind of hidden away in. And I get it. It's kind of like stepping back, and it's your safe space. But they're saying it's not going to change. Nothing's going to change unless you open to the possibilities that are coming in. If you put your intent out there saying good things instead of, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this, don't ask them. Just say, I'm going to do this. I made the big mistake last month of saying I was bored. I am not bored anymore, I can tell you. And I put it out to just too many places and too many people, and stuff kept coming in. I'm not upset about that, but I've got a lot to do. So this is kind of what they're telling you. This is a time to let the wings dry from coming out of that cocoon and kind of emerging out into life. And this is really important. Things don't get better when we hide away from things we don't want to deal with. And by saying that, I'm not saying you shouldn't take time for yourself or make time for yourself, but you have to allow for the possibilities that are coming and presenting to you that are good. You have to kind of open to that and not hide away, because what happens is they're there, but they might not be there forever. So it's a way for you to kind of come back and do what you're supposed to do, and but treat yourself good, by stepping out of that bubble and emerging, literally emerging. There's just so much positives out there that you should be tapping into right now. And they want you to make sure you direct yourself that way and stop hiding behind stuff. Okay, so that is your card today, Miss Vic, and it is the butterfly. I hope that resonates for you. Okay, so that's what Kay's got to say. Oh, okay. You just got to do it. I was going to do a bunch of stuff yesterday, or no, Sunday. No, yesterday. I didn't do anything. I went out and fed the boys. That was about it. The cats that I got outside. Yeah, hopefully they're eating and sleeping in the shed. I made space for them. So hopefully they'll learn to trust me by summertime. And one by one, I'm going to get them in and get them neutered. So, but they'll be here. They'll be here. No more cats inside, but yep. Thanks, Chloe. I appreciate it. Sure, Miss Joyce. Let me see what I can get for you. Oh, yeah, Lincoln. Yeah, Lincoln Logs. They were great. But yeah, I just keep laughing. You know, Joyce, I'm sure you can remember too, right? Like the candy we had. We even had, oh, you remember those dots that were on like a roll of paper? And the Ori's guy and the guy at the party store, at Angelo's party store, they had them and they were just rolled in the open and they just ripped like a section of them off and you'd pay like a penny for like a foot of it, you know? And then they were just sugar dots put on a piece of paper with glue. And we ate those. I just think back to all the, like now, most of the young people I know that have kids would never let their kids have that stuff. It's like, yeah, my mom and dad, they didn't know. Our parents didn't care. You want what? You want a dime? You want a dime for what? Oh well, you could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you could get a dime, and you could buy like a week's worth of candy for a dime. And then we go next door to the Italian bakery and we get a bag of Italian chocolate chip cookies. Oh my gosh, they weren't like American; they're different. And they're like a shortbread cookie almost, but we give them a dime and they'd give us like 20 of them or a dozen of them, right? I mean, I just can't believe we used to laugh. And the hard rolls, we used to get the hard rolls too. All right, so your card today, Miss Joyce, is from the new deck, and it's the Spear of Destiny. I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, it's a hand with the Spear of Destiny. And if a lot of people don't know what the Spear of Destiny is, it was the spear that pierced Christ in the side to make sure he was dead when he was hanging on the cross. And it was very revered because it heals. It's all about healing. So with you right now, this is all about continued healing of self, but also the fact that you need to understand that you and that higher power, whoever you consider that to be, however, the universe, Christ, creator, you know, it can be anything that you put your mind to, and there's no problem with that. But you and the Spirit of Destiny, you need to choose the direction you're taking. And there's like some things coming in that are kind of new and you're not really used to them yet, but it's okay. And you're positive, and this is how you're kind of you're choosing, right? So everything you do, you make a choice in your free will to do that. But remember, whatever you're choosing is your destiny. It's how you're going to move forward each day, each moment of each day, and it's up to you. And if you need assistance and help, you need to ask for it because they will give to you. The universe will provide, and that's what I'm hearing really loudly right now. And it's almost too like a healing touch type thing. I want to say, and again, I don't like labels, but it's like energy work. Some people may call it Reiki. I do energy work. I was trained with massage. I did have Reiki during that time when I was doing the classes for massage, but I don't like calling it anything. I like just saying it's energy, right? And this is what I feel, and I feel like there's older people, not young people, but older people that are around you that can benefit from your knowledge and kind of benefit just from the light that comes from within you. And again, this is all your choices. So it's about the Spirit of Destiny. And for you to remember that you have the right to choose what you need to do to move forward. And they're behind you and supporting you. Okay, so that's the card. And it is, did I put it upside down? Yep, the Spirit of Destiny. All right, I hope that resonates for you, darling. Glad to see you here. Ooh, let's go down a little bit lower here. Okay, I grew up. Yeah, I don't know how it was over in the UK. I don't know, but well, and now times in the world, the world is in a world of hurt right now. We're not in a good place. Sometimes I think it's a lot of the technology that's out there. Kids don't just get to be kids and play like we used to run around and do like tag, like red light, green light, hope to see the ghost tonight. And we'd be tag or frozen tag or statue tag or curveball. We do all these games outside. Now kids are sitting in front of their Xboxes and PlayStations, or they've got their head into the phone and they're texting. And it's like people don't know how to communicate anymore. And that kind of makes me sad. Oh, it makes me a little sad. What, Robert? Let's see. All right. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, the dots on the paper, right? And we ate the that's what killed me. You pull little dots off and there'd be like paper and glue. We didn't care. We just all put it in our mouths. The pixie sticks I liked the grape ones because I'm a grape freak, but oh my gosh, yeah. And it's like, or this candy cigarettes, we had the two kind. We had the ones that were like chalk, and they were horrid, but they were chalk, and they had a little red painted thing, they were white. And then we had the ones that were the bubble gum that had the wrapper of the cigarette, and you blow it and all the powder would come out of the end of it. Yeah. Hi, Andrew. Huh? I hope you're well. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Sounds good. I am okay, Prash. Yes, you can. Hang on. I just, yeah, sometimes you just gotta keep and look at it, right, Robert? It's like, yeah, I get it. They're putting preservatives in food, and I usually eat fresh food anyway. I get my meat from a butcher in the area, and I get fresh vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. And I don't eat a lot of frozen. I do have some frozen because sometimes certain things don't come fresh. But yeah, but when I think of what we used to put in eat when we were kids and drinking out of the hose, I just laugh because I saw somebody up here recently and their grandkid was like, drink out of the hose. I want a bottle of water. And it's like, yeah, well, drink out of the hose. It'll help. I mean, it was just crazy. All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, hi, Holly. How are you? You too, Lito. Oh, yeah. And then we used to get, this is really funny, too, because I used to collect baseball cards. And later I collected football cards. But when I was in probably about 67 through the 70s. And then I actually collected them anyway afterwards because more companies came out with them. But the only baseball cards we could get were Tops. And they came in a wax paper wrap. And you open them and they had a flat piece of, like, I don't know, it was like this size, right? Of bubble gum. And it was flat like the cards. And it would get powder and sugar all over the cards and stuff. And I collected cards, and it was like, yeah, they don't do that anymore. They don't put gum in it. So yeah, it's crazy. I just think of that party store, Angelo's party store. Holy crow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And oh my God. Oh my God, I just remembered so much of that stuff. Holy crow. All right, there you go. The wax bottles. Remember those, Robert? They wax bottles. You take them and you pour the liquid in your mouth, and then you used to chew the wax as like gum. Yeah, we were crazy. Okay, so your card today, Precious Crocodile. Okay, so the crocodile brings in about self-healing for you today. Now, those of you that don't know what crocs and alligators, they have this natural antibiotic within their hides, their outer skins, and it's really, their skin's actually really, they are prehistoric. It's really thick, okay? But a lot of times, especially the younger gators and crocs, they may get eaten by the bigger crocs, or they might lose a limb to the bigger crocs, but they have a natural antibiotics in their systems and they heal. So they're very rare to get anything that's super bad or infected. And this is what I'm being shown for you. Not infection, but that you need to heal. And you've got everything you need. And they keep saying, why isn't she doing this? And it's like you've got this hard casing covering you. And you're kind of putting wide distance between you and the ability to move forward. And it's all about the healing, but it has to start with you from inside. It has to start with you. And I keep hearing also, you need to forgive yourself and allow yourself to make mistakes, and it's okay. You know, if we go back from where we are today to where we started, we all have stuff in our lives that we're not proud of. I did stuff. I did some bad stuff. I did some stuff that hurt people. And this was all long ago in my life, but as I grew, right? And I've learned from that, and I'm not that person I was back then at all. And I've kind of made up for that, and I've made amends to things and people that I should have. But it's like, we're not perfect, but we have to allow that thought to be, okay, I know I'm not perfect, and that's okay. Because in our own imperfections, we are perfect. Because it takes all of us, because we all connect, whether we believe it or not, it takes all of us to make the world kind of be how it is. So you need to be able to go inside and begin that healing. But it's not even to begin it, it's to allow it. And they're saying a lot of like blame, a lot of guilt, a lot of trauma, like emotional trauma, but you've got to deal with it, because if you don't deal with that kind of stuff when you move forward, you're just bringing it forward, and that's what gets attracted back to you. So you have to go in there and clean it out. Time to do spring cleaning, Presh. That's exactly what you need to do. All right, there's your card today, and it is a crocodile, and I hope that resonated for you. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, it is. And you know, unfortunately, Sarah was they got caught. But yeah, people know. All right, oh, let's go down a little bit. All right, let's go down. Here. Oh yeah, and remember the blow pops? Oh, or how about the pop rocks? Have you guys ever had pop rocks? You put them in their mouth and they explode. Like and it was the weirdest feeling. And they were good though. You're welcome, love. Hi, how are you, Chrissy? I hope you're doing well. You want me to pull a card for you today? I'd love to. Yeah, with Kool-Aid. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, the smoke, right? Yeah. I don't know what got into me today about that, but I was laughing. Good. You need to. You need to let yourself forgive yourself, and then be proud of the things you have accomplished, right? Just be proud of that, of course. Okay, I will do that. Let's see, what deck would you like? Let me see. I'll do the angel deck for you. I'll do the new deck for you. Okay. All right. So let's see. Yeah, man, we had just the pop rocks, and then the fact that we get pop and we just hand it around and everybody'd be drinking out of the same bottle. I mean, that's the way it was back then. Everybody now is like, oh my gosh, you're not drinking out of my bottle. I already had a sip of that Coke. Get your mouth off of it. And I just laugh because that's not how we were. Oh, man. Yeah, Kool-Aid. Back then, Kool-Aid was like actual sugar rush. All right, Miss Chrissy, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, well, you got a good one. I love this one. Yeah, they were. I mean, yeah, right? All right, here you go. Your card today is the Soul Catchers, all right? And the Soul Catchers, when this painting came through, this was a really unusual paint. It's just, again, it's not the way I paint. And this is about taking chances and reaching out to help others. We are people that shine a light, and your light is very deep inside. And what it is it attracts people, right? And I often say it's like being on a Charlie Brown commercial, and you got that sign above the stand that says 25 cents. you know, and Lucy's standing there as a psychologist or whatever she was. And this is about the people that you imprint on. You've touched so many people's lives that you don't really even, I don't think you understand or fathom how many you have touched in that way. And you've imprinted in your positive way that you are as a human. And a lot of times people push that off and say, oh, well, not me, I didn't do that. But you have. And it's almost like you're quiet back, kind of standing in a room, right? And all these people are in there, and you're just kind of standing back, not trying to take anybody's thunder or anything, but quietly you do what you need to do to assist other people. And the soul catchers bring in the family, the soul family that you've had lifetimes, right? And somehow or another, we always wind up connecting in no matter what life we're in. And this is also part of you. It's part of who you were, who you are now, and the fact that you've gathered this soul family together with you. But more importantly, that you're adding positives and imprinting on other people and on their souls, literally. And they might not even realize it, but it's okay. And you're okay with that. So the soul catchers talk about making sure you have correct balance, but no, to keep reaching for higher spaces of where you need to learn and go. Like, we're all teachers, but we're also all students. I am always reminded of that. And this is where you are. You just keep climbing up, and you just kind of pull this part to your soul, pull this part to your soul, and you're expanding. And that's what's really important for you to know, is just how much you've imprinted positives on other people around you, and that you do have a really strong soul family around you and with you that you've touched. Okay, I hope that resonates for you, and thanks for popping on. Yeah, I love that. Was a painting. It's so powerful. My friend Patty Stone has it. She's out in Washington State, and it was just so powerful. And it came through unlike any of the others that I had done. This was all done with dark blacks and golds and reds and a little bit of white. But it was like almost like it's part of our spirit too. And I got to get that back, Chrissy, because that's also part of what we are. We're energy, right? And our energy imprints on people as well. And that's another thing they're saying. It's like, you know, like, and I've told this to people before, like, I'll go somewhere and people are afraid to approach me. And it's like, why? They said, because you throw off a lot of energy and they're not sure about it. And I'm like the biggest Pooh Bear you could ever have, unless you piss me off. If you piss me off and I get to a 10, look out. But normally it's our energy. So they're just saying, you know, use your energy wisely and utilize it for yourself as well. That's really a lot. Oh, thanks for popping on. Mallow cups. Yeah. Or cereal boxes that all that sugar, and it had, only reason we wanted it is because we wanted to get the cool toy inside, right, Robert? Oh yeah. Good. I'm glad, Chrissy. I'm glad. Thanks for coming on. All righty. Sarah, I'm gonna give you one of the new cards too. Let's see what I can get for you. La, 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 la. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, all right. This card, this actual painting, is with Ruth Stilfen down in Illinois. This is called Wings of a Prayer. A lot of energy in this. Okay, so Wings of a Prayer. And it's like, okay, so what they're showing me is like this huge storm. And you are actually horizontal, holding on to like a tree, right? And the tree is going back and forth, and you're holding on to it. But this wind, it's like this big, huge storm. And it's like you have the strength to hang on to it. And for whatever reason, it's like trials and tribulations, but the wings of the prayer, what it is they know what you need. They know what you want. They will keep you safe. And sometimes things will happen and you won't even understand why or how they're happening. But you have to open up a little bit so that the good stuff comes in. And okay, so they're also saying be careful what you wish for or put out there. And again, I go back to when I said a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, I'm bored. You know, that was a dumb thing for me to say. And I tell people, make sure you're very specific when you say things out loud. And this is what they're saying. And it's almost like, I can't take any more of this. How much more? Well, anytime you say something like that, they're going to show you just how much more. Or in my case, they're going to, okay, you're bored. So here's a bunch of stuff you have to do. So this is kind of where you're getting a little tripped up. They have you. They're holding you. They're around you. But you're not careful with how you're wording it. And I'm not saying you don't have a right, and they're not saying it either. It's not that you don't have a right to kind of take a moment, take a beat. I've been there. I've done it. I did it a couple weeks ago. It's like, gosh, I just don't want to go through this stuff anymore. I'm tired. And that's my big thing. I'm tired. I'm tired. And I talked to somebody this week, and it's like, I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired, right? You're allowed that, but you also have to remember to put out things in a way that they will be returned to you in positives, and wording matters. I can guarantee wording matters. But they've got you, and what's strange, it's like they almost come down under you, scoop you up, and lift you up. So it's whatever you're doing in that way, you need to keep yourself good, and that's how it works. So that's your card today, ma'am, and it's Wings of a Prayer. Glad to see you. Sorry I didn't get a hold of you from the inbox because I just didn't see anything. Okay, this is making me a little nervous, but thanks, Sarah, for coming on. I hope it resonates for you. Sure, you can ask me a question. Ask away, Pooja. All right, so while we're looking for that question, it's been, like I said, it's been a beautiful day today. And I've had working on a lot of things. We're working with Mango. I talked to the place that I adopted Phoenix from, and then they said whenever you're ready, just come on down. And we've got lovebirds often, so I'll be looking at that. And hopefully this summer anyway, so he'll have another friend because he's a lot. He's a good boy. He's a really good boy. But he really misses his Pip. I do too. I haven't even taken her cage and cleaned her cage out yet because I just expect her to be there. So, well, apparently Pooja is not listening. So, all right then. Well, I've been on for an hour. Bless you all and have a great rest of your day and take care and think positively on stuff. And until next Tuesday, I'll see you guys in the flyby. Oh, I will be there tomorrow. Last week was a little different. I had something happen last Wednesday, so I couldn't go on Wednesday. But yeah, Holly and I will be on tomorrow. And for now, it's Bear out.
Yeah. Cool, wasn't it? Bye, Bear, Mom Bear.
Bye, Mama Bear.
See you later, Bear, Mom Bear, Mom Bear.